Hey everyone, GeForce 41 here with another casual preview. This week we're going to El Laurel Bosque by Alan Eastwood. Alan WE54 is his handle, but I think we all know Alan if we've been playing the game for some time. Alan's designed a number of courses. He's very active in the community. You see him on the forums and the boards. I think he helps with early 1981 Society, and he judges contests. I think he's gonna disagree with me on the rookie judging contest again this year, like we did last year. No, I'm kidding. I think we had a fun time, but he judges some TGC Tours contests as well. So, great guy, awesome course. We wanted to throw it in the mix for the casuals week 7, and I think his courses have been used before. I just don't recall. But so welcome back or welcome to the fold, Alan, and let's get going. El Laurel Bosque is a Mediterranean forest, tree-lined kind of course. He didn't give too much detail on the boards. My guess from the name is it's somewhere in Spain, and from the look and feel of it, it looks and feels to me kind of like a Las Colinas. It looks like a holiday resort kind of thing. And it fits the bill of a Las Colinas. So that's what I had in mind, but it's very fun to play, perfect fit for the casuals, and it's very scenic. So a nice, relaxing, fun round is in store. I'm going to play the Black Tees, the first hole location. Wind is going southwest and medium. Let's get right to it. Okay. First tee you can see behind me, it looks like some sort of almost like a resort kind of hotel building right behind. It's not a house or what have you. So that's what kind of gives me the impression this is meant to be more of a resort on the coast of Spain kind of thing. But beautiful opening tee shot. Nice little pond over there. Nicely done. Simple tree work. Simple opening shot. It narrows up around the 280, 270 kind of mark. Some big bunkering. You'll see that's a theme throughout the course. And we're going a little bit right to left here. So with this wind helping me move to the left, I'm just going to throw it out here. See what happens. So yeah, I've noticed the characteristics of this course are some larger bunkers, and we'll talk about the bunkering. Some interesting green shapes come along. There's good variety. We'll talk about that. But that pond behind the first green, excellent. Sets the stage nicely, and there's a house back there. Just a very calm setting, very relaxing. Can definitely see how this has been a favorite of a bunch of people lately. It's been out there on the boards, a bunch of other playthroughs. And that's not the greatest shot, but it might work. Okay. My chipping has come along quite a ways lately. Let's see if it holds up for you. Oh, not bad. Greens are going, for me, they're playing at 147. I left them at the default. I'm playing on the pro swing settings, as I normally do, as I don't want to have you watch me chase my ball all around the course for over 40 minutes. I try to keep these, I'm trying to get them down to about 30 minutes. Oh, pretty par 3. Playing about a buck 40-ish. Great setting. Big bunker, front right. I'm just looking off at the rocks on the right. Good rock work, good planting. Very well done. Subtle little contours on the green. Good little par 3. With the wind back there, I'm sorry, the wind coming at my face, I should say. I'm going to put it back. Terrible swing, fasted it. But I took enough club. That's kind of just going to roll to that front left. I can putt this. I'm back to putting these as much as I can. It's going to be a little left. Oh, not quite enough. But that should do the trick. Okay. Moving right along. That little pond is excellent. Very nicely done. And you still have the pond in the background. Nice little BT, I call it, behind tee shot. I think those cutscenes add a lot. We've talked about that before. And again, similar concept as one. It's kind of a narrows concept where you've got your fairway wood option out here, and you can go driver and get it out here. Let me see what the wind's doing again. Wind's in my face. That's going to make this interesting. I might not play around with that. I don't like that landing area. And we'll talk a little bit about why in a second. But again, you see the big bunkering, and we'll get to the bunkering in a moment. But one thing I notice here, and I know a lot of designers kind of go this route, there's no light rough. So when you get that narrow fairway up here, oops, sorry folks. I'm not fond of a stronger wind and a fairway that's narrow that kind of moves. You could wind up hitting it and then just trickling into the rough. I mean, one of the reasons I like their light rough is just that, to kind of catch those balls that just trickle off the fairway. I don't like the fact that you go right from bouncing the fairway 3 or 4 times and trickling from a perfect lie into, a 60 to 70% lie. I just don't think that's realistic, number one. I know a lot of designers, especially some of the preeminent designers, as some might say, stay away from the light rough, but I don't. The other reason is just the look and feel. And these are all general comments, by the way, not a comment on Alan's course. I just think it makes it look better. I don't like the transition between the light and the heavy rough. I'm sorry, between the fairway and the heavy rough. It just looks bad and computer generated. That's a fault of the game, not the designer. It's too stark, and it just looks computer generated. And it just, to me, that transition is essential to a realistic look and feel. Now you can get away with the no light rough on some of these courses that are like more dunesy, like abandoned dunesy type of thing. But honestly, I just don't think it works for most courses. So I just, for this course, I think it would have been a big help. And you'll see why. There's a lot of these holes that have that kind of concept. So for me, now I'm just throwing a 3-wood out there. And I don't mind. Like I've said on my other videos, I hit 3-wood in real life a ton. Hitting a good golf shot is hitting a good golf shot to me. Playing smart is always a good idea for someone as erratic as I am. And that's both on the game and in real life, but I was talking about my real game. I am well known for my 3-wood. That was a terrible putt, way too much. As I might have said before, there's a guy in my real golf club that tells me if he could hit a 3-wood like me, he would not own a driver. Which is nice. But nobody's ever complimented my driver, so there you have it. But I'm getting there. Hey, I'm getting there. Putting a lot of work in my real game. Thanks to having a real golf coach, finally. Okay, again, you see the big round bunkers. And again, you have this kind of narrow concept up about the landing area. Going into this green, that's an interesting green for a par 5. Let's take a look again. You've kind of got a slope off to the left, and you've got the greens kind of on a plateau surrounded by fairway, which is fair enough if you're on that kind of plateau there. Could lead to a short game shot if you don't hit it right and you trickle off to the side. Given it's a par 5, what the hell? I am going to go for it given that wind. I kind of like that. That wind is favorable to this fairway kind of shape here. And I totally blew the tee shot. Give me a little roll. Yeah, not too happy, are you? Yeah, there he is. You shouldn't be. That was awful. Okay. Caught behind the tree. Not even having a prayer at it, so we're going to go back. Let's see. Can we get over that? Yeah. With the wind. Excuse me, folks. We're going to just do a little math here. I don't want it too close. And I'm on the wrong side. I should have drew that around the point. And there you see what I mean with the rough. You know, that wasn't a great shot, but it was rolling in the fairway and trickled, and now it's not that bad of a lie. But, you know, my preference is to put in that light rough, and that's one of the main reasons. Alright, let's see if I can get this close. That's going to be alright. Oh, it's not going to be enough. Oh, I fasted it. I'm going to give this some loft and some spin. It's a pretty good shot right there. A little tap in for par. Okay, a little bit misplayed on that hole. Threw away a scoring up. Alright, another par 4. So again, let's talk about the bunkers now. Like I said, they're big. I think that was on purpose. I think this style of course tends to some big kind of round bunkers. I'm not super familiar with these type of courses. I've never played overseas, but the only thing I have to say in terms of design is I guess I design too much because I see the shapes. My guess is just especially from this bunker, I can kind of see where the shapes cut in and around that island, and it makes that little shape around the island. I see the shapes a lot, and that just could be me because I design so much. A couple ideas for designers, and again, these bunkers aren't bad by any means. They're fine. Bunkers are very challenging in the new game, but when I see the shapes, to me, it looks a little too computer manufactured, so to speak, and it just takes away from the realism a little bit. What you could do here, there's two options, and again, I don't know the technique that Alan used, but just for other designers, you could either spline it, which I probably would have went with if I was going for this style of course. But if you use shapes, there's two different things you can do. One's called the Matt F technique. Matt F27 does this on his streams a lot. He draws his bunkers with the measuring tool, and he draws the shape that he wants with the tool. Then he goes in and he takes the circle brush and he makes it fairly small, and he traces around the inside of the bunker. That's going to give you a little bit of a jagged outline, but you can take a straight brush or another curved brush and tweak it. Okay? From there, you fill in the bunker. And it might take some trial and error to get used to it, but it's a good way to get the shape that you want and have it look a little natural and have a little bit of variation and randomness to it. The other way to do it is to just kind of take that circle brush and squiggle it around in the shape that you want. That's going to give you a much more rougher bunker and a rougher outline in the shape that you want. If you want rough and jagged bunkers, that's an approach. But here, I don't think you want it. I think you want the smooth. But there's a couple of options for you designers out there. Again, nothing wrong with the bunkers here. I just noticed they're big and a little shapy for me. And that's, I do them a little different. I stay away from fancy bunkers. I keep them simple. I try to keep them small. But I do use the shapes. I use a combination of shapes and spline. Okay, back to the golf. Gonna hit a little cut here. I actually hit a decent tee shot. Or did I push that too far? You're kidding. I thought that was really good. Got an angle, at least. We're going to give this plenty. I'm going to give it some spin. Hopefully that's going to... No. Oh, I might... Oh, look at that roll. Oh, look at that bounce off the hill. It's going to be too much. Way too much. Way too much. You're kidding. Very interesting. Ugh, I got that hill to contend with. Up and over. Gotta give this one a little bit of juice. Come on down. It didn't... Oh, bad read. Blame the caddy on that one. Where's my caddy? It's also called talking while you're trying to play, a skill I have not yet mastered, as this is only like, what, the 4th time I'm doing this? So, like I've told you before, I'm not the best player by any means, and talking while you're doing this, a little more challenging than I thought. There you can see off behind me, you can see the kind of hotel resort-like structures, was what I believe. Pretty par 3, again, great use of the water and the pond. You've got a nice little bit of fairway over there on the left. Again, pretty big bunkers you see here. Interesting green shape, I like that a lot. And again, it just really good tree usage. Really just lining up the trees nicely. They're the right size. They fit in nicely. That's a trick you got to be careful about. Hey, those trees, you got to make them the right size. I'm kind of guilty of making gigantic trees without thinking about it. I'm going to go 5 wood with that wind. That wind's going to be tough with that shape of the green, so I am going to cut it. See what happens. That actually might work nicely. It's going to be a little longer. But I'll take that. That had some trouble written all over it. If you mishit it at all. That was not a great putt. But we're going to have a tap in for par. Alright. Was that a helicopter back there? I haven't seen that before. That again lends to my theory of this is a exclusive resort for the lifestyles of the rich and famous. Anybody's a little up there in years like me, remember that show from the 80s? Alright. Alan's taking advantage of those fence splines. Look at that. A relief to all of us designers, the splining of the fences. Because this would have taken 27 hours to do that fence right there. Neat little par 4. Seriously, let's get it. Let's see what that wind, I'm going for it. Good concept here. You know, if the wind was not with me, I don't think I would hit it in that neck. I think I would lay back and put a wedge in there. But up the hill, it's the green's on a nice setting. It's a good wind to go for it. I'm going to cut it just a smidge so that I'm concerned that this is going to miss and go right in that bunker. And hopefully that's not OB. Please tell me that's not OB. Alright. Well, I got a little bit of a fence to deal with here. 24. I gotta get that up there. Let's see what happens. Luckily the fence isn't for real in play. That's a pretty good short game shot. I like the setting for this green a lot. Up on the hill. That little path. Okay, off to 8. We are looking at another par 5. Water comes into play over here, about 290-ish. And, again, you kind of got the same narrows concept. You've got these bunkers, again, very rounded. Given it's a par 5, let's take a look at the green. Heavily protected by some rather large bunkers, and it moves right to left. So, given this wind, we're going to give it a ride. Throw it right out here. You clearly want to be left for the approach, but the further left you are, the more the water comes into play, of course. So a little strategery involved, as they say. And we got to give this a bit of a ride with that 11-mile-an-hour wind. Gonna let the wind take it back. That could run through. I should have shaped that more. It's gonna wind up okay. It's gonna be a little chip. I could. Well, no, I'm gonna have to chip that, I think. Give it some spin, some loft. A little long, not my best. A little short one for bird, and I blew it. Oh, you're kidding. Blown opportunity again on the par 5s. Yikes. Okay. Another nice little cut scene there. So there you see those structures. To me that says this is kind of like a hotel type of thing. Bends around the corner here. Let's see what's going on up the green. Whoops. I'm hitting the wrong button. Take a look. There we go. We got a little bit of a lion's mouth thing going on. So for you non-architecture geeks, I am an architecture geek at this point. A lion's mouth is a template hole where you've got a green with a bunker right in the middle, and the two sides kind of come around it like paws of a lion, so to speak. Um, and what it does is create a strategy on the tee shot, a left-right concept, and a decision off the tee which side of the fairway you want to be on to approach the pin. Here, the only thing I gotta say here is I love this hole. I like the strategy. I like the approach. That bunker is a little too big. Let me hit the tee shot, but it'll be easier to show you why. Nothing wrong with it, but I just don't think you need that big a bunker. And I love these type holes. I've had a couple. Just had one on Grashmore. And that's fine. And that's where I want to be given. Now you see the strategy. I wanted to be on the left side of the fairway for that approach to the pin on this side. The bunker's not in play now. If the whole location was back here, the bunker's in play. The whole location here, the bunker's in play. You would want to be on the other side of the fairway. So that's the strategy behind these type of holes. I just don't think you need that big of a green, a bunker. You could just cut it in half or even less, but you just need that bunker right there. This right here, nothing bad. It doesn't look bad. It's just I don't know that you need it, and I think it might have been a little more visually appealing without it. Again, not a bad idea. Bad hole. Love the hole. Love the concept, and love even more that I actually hit a decent tee shot. I'm gonna give it a little draw. That's gonna draw in nicely. And again, my comments, folks, are always meant to help, kind of coaching comments, right? And there's some folks out there I think are a little too critical. This is a game. We're here to have fun. Not every course is made to win the greatest contest in the world. Alan competes in the contests, I know, but my point is solely, I blew it. Let's have some fun with it. I'm talking in general. You know, when you're designing a course, make it the best course you can, and enjoy the method and the process. That's all. Okay, off to 10. Start in the back on a par 3. Simple little green shape. Down the hill a little bit. A little bit of wind. Actually, that should play nicely. I'm going to cut it. The wind is not seeming to take it. Okay. Gotta go way up here with this one. Look at that. That was a pretty good read. Didn't quite get it enough. Okay, simple little par 3 starts the second 9. On to 11. Par 4, whoa, going around the corner. Medium length par 4. So again, you see the size of these bunkers, pretty big. You know, this is for all you other designers out there. You don't need big bunkers. I find big bunkers are harder to pull off as looking natural. Go with smaller bunkers. I'm not saying you should have here. I'm just saying in general in your designs, this is a spot where you could put 4 bunkers in easily instead of 2 or 3. You can have maybe 1 here and 2 or 3 here. A series of bunkers. Two is fine, but you see they're pretty big. And to me, it gets hard to manage and sculpt the bunkers the bigger they get. There's another big bunker up here. Again, that could have been 2 bunkers. Again, it's up to you. It's designer's choice. But just like to point these things out. To help you out, the wind is going to help me go around the corner. I don't want anything to do with this tree line, so I'm throwing it out here with a little draw. And the wind's going to sling it around. There you go. That is okay. That's a good spot, I think. Right in line. I've got the wind. Perfect lie. Hey, I got a perfect in there. But I pushed it just a tad. Touch of shade on the green. I always like a touch of shade on the green. Funny little putt I left myself. That's alright. Got it. Oh, you're kidding. Thought I had it. Ugh. To quote Slapshot, I feel shame. Terrible putting so far. Let's see if I can make up for it. Okay, par 3 one more time. Pretty little downhill par 3. Smallish green. That pin is tucked there. You got a bridge, some nice rock work. The rock work is excellent. Again, I've said this before. Rock work isn't as easy as you think to make it look good. Anybody can throw a rock down. Making it look good is what I'm talking about. 14 yards. Yeesh. Gonna cut it a little. It's kind of in between clubs for me. Gonna let the wind do its magic. Look at that. Ooh, pretty good. All right. That is tight. That is one or two. That's about 2 squares from the edge. All right, let me focus on this. I gotta drain this one. Much better putt, but still not good enough. 1 over. Come on. See what I can do here. Par 4. 460 up the hill, 42 feet. I like it. Got to mix in some variety, some uphill shots, downhill. It's uphill going left to right, and the fairway's kind of cutting across. So this is a great spot for a cut. The wind is going left to right, but look at that hole location. So we want to be... Look at the green. I like that. Subtle movements. And a little bit of a tear. I like the green setting. All right, I'm going to go down the... the right side and cut it. Because I want to be left and that wind is going right. I'm sorry, I want to be right and the wind is going left. Ugh. No. Dear God. Terrible. Well, I've got the angle, folks. It's actually not that bad a lie. Yeah, no, we're not going to risk it. All right, we'll see what the 4-iron does. Ugh, not good. Not a well-played hole so far. That's actually a decent shot. Let's see what we can do to get out of here with a par. Hey! There we go. All right, par 4. Whoa, 48 feet down the hill. And look at that. Ooh, look at that green. Okay, we got a peninsula kind of thing going on. And that is tight. That is not much room to play with on the right side of that green for the #1 hole location. This will be a much different hole with that hole location on the left, which I like. I think that's your goal as a designer, to make the hole play a little differently in different hole locations and different wind conditions. So right now this is plays a little tougher with that for sure. But the hole on the left would be a pretty much a birdie op. This one you got to be careful. You got some trouble. You've also got a decision to make because you've got the wind in your face and you've got all that downhill carry. I'm actually going 5 wood. No, I'm going 3 wood. I'm going to actually give it a little loft, a little spin. Reason being, I want a full shot in. I want to stick a wedge, a full wedge, not one of these kind of halvesies. If I had more time, I would have measured that out, but I don't want you guys sitting here forever. I want these videos to go a little faster than they've been. So that's it. I got the perfect distance. That's what I want. My lob wedge is 104. The problem is I've got the wind. I got 118. So what I'm going to do is well, you know what? With that lie, I got that lie helping me a little. So what I'm going to do is give it a little of that. The wind's going to take it in. It's going to wind up okay. Not great. But that's... Ooh, look at that putt. That's a location that could burn you. You can turn this into a double in a hurry. Inviting off the tee. Very pretty, but that hole right there could cause you trouble. Good hole. 15, par 5. All right, let's get some scoring done on a par 5. I've turned the first two into disasters. We got 30 feet up the hill. This one goes right to left. So again, you see some good variety. Uphill, downhill, left, right, left. Mix it up, folks. That's what a good designer does. I'm going to give it some room, but I'm going to draw it and use that wind. Fasted it a little, but that's actually going to be pretty good because I want to stay as far up to the right as I can. That hill's not going to help you do that. It's going to bring you down. But still, that's a pretty good shot. Not a bad spot to be in. 9 miles an hour. I'm going to do this. What's the lie look like? Yeah, that's going to help. Put it right there. That could be okay. Ground's going to help. Didn't help as much as I thought. And I trickle to really the middle of the green, not the back. Okay, I gotta be careful. This looks like if I go way too far, it's gonna risk going off the green. Which I almost did. Hey! Don't think I didn't notice that almost burned the edge. Again. Alright, back-to-back par 5s. I like it. Not a bad idea. And again, this one... Alright, now this one's going the other way. Going down the hill. Let's take a look at the green. Alright, interesting concept. Got the road to the side. You got a little sign, the stop sign, and a gate there, and a little house. Very nice. Adds a nice little touch, some realism. And the green gently takes the slope of the land down to the right. Very nicely done. A couple of big bunkers protecting the front right. Here you want to, well, you kind of want to just go down the middle and have that wind help it to the right. Actually got some good tempo going. Is it going to be too much, though? And here I'm going to be cursing the lack of light rough again. Okay, pushed it too much. So here we want to be careful. The slope and the wind is going to take it right to the middle. Pretty good angle in. Should be a fairly simple pitch. Gonna go up a club with that wind, spin, loft. Hit it crisp. Just pushed it a little. Wind's gonna kill it. That's actually a pretty easy putt though. Got it. Alright. There you go, back-to-back birds. So I actually did something on the par 5s. Got it to 1 under. 17. Pretty look off the tee. Again, a shortish 4. Gotta be careful of that hill. That hill can help you, but it also could take you right into that bunker. So let's see what the wind's doing again. It's helping you. I'm going to give it a try, but I'm going to be super careful. I'm going to hit it down that side, and I'm going to cut it a little. I don't want the wind taking it too much because it's got bunker all over it. Fasted a little. What's it going to do? That's going to take that hill big time. Hopefully that dead ends in enough that it stays... bunker. I'm sorry, it stays in the rough. Not in the bunker. 40 yards. Gonna give it a little bit more. Not the greatest shot. I hate those in-betweeners. Look at that. Runs all the way back. Took the bait and I got burnt. What the heck? I'm showcasing the course for you. Making it easy for you when you play it, right? Tap in for pa, as they say around here. in New England. '18, the grand finale. Some serious strategy with my caddy. All right. Pretty little setting. Interesting green shape, kind of a kidney bean type shape. You can see the what I'm guessing is the resort behind the green. And nice little pond fronting the front left. So again, very continuous, good look, good feel to this entire course. Um, really enjoyable round. I think it'll fit nicely into the casual schedule. This is week 7. I think we have Veranda Preserve going that week, and then I forget who the big weekender is. Could be TPC Madison Oaks, but I'll put a graphic up right in front of you right now to tell you the deal and correct myself if my memory is faulty. But we're going to nail this down the left side. Wind should bring it right back. Actually had another good one. Right there. A little draw. That could be good. The wind is pushing it, but pin high, right? We'll take it. Oh, and not a bird. Go home happy. All right, so some bad putting early. Made up for it coming down the stretch. 3 birdies and 4 in the end. Wraps it up. Got a fist pump there. Awesome. All right. Well, we'll take it, folks. Excellent course. Great job, Alan. A keeper for sure. El Laurel Bosque coming to you next week on the casuals. Fun round. Stick in there. I try to get these out a little sooner than I'm getting it out this week, but I'm going to do some more of these, and I got some great ideas from new types of videos. So please like and subscribe. Stick in there with me. Hang in there. We'll have some fun. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining. Have a great weekend, everyone.